Good evening. I am Miriam Abdul-Kawi, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight. The Bunda cover-up is falling apart, so what does the Prime Minister have to say about it? You'll hear from him tonight, while his Attorney General says there was no state kidnapping of Joseph Bunda. Also, it's a Belizean staple, but the price of Maruchan and other imported ramen is going up because government is increasing the duty. You'll hear why and who benefits. Plus, 2 working men murdered on the Hummingbird Highway. We'll talk to their families. These stories and much more are ahead on 7 News tonight, so please stay tuned.
Welcome to a new era of civil registration in Belize. The Vital Statistics Unit is undergoing a digital transformation, introducing new digital services through the Civil Registry and Vital Statistics System, CRVS. This transformation is designed to make accessing vital records faster, easier, more efficient, and more affordable for all Belizeans. The CRVS now offers simplified procedures designed to transform how you interact with your vital records. You can access vital records needed for business, travel, healthcare, and other needs. If you prefer face-to-face assistance, our friendly and efficient staff are here to help. The CRVS now offers both e-certificates and paper certificates. Citizens can print secure certificates at home or request a paper version. Each certificate will now include a unique QR code that can be scanned and verified. The CRVS is designed for all Belizeans, from government officials to professionals, from rural communities to our migrant population. The new CRVS, digitally connecting citizens to all vital statistics services. To learn more, visit our website and start using the CRVS today.
All members on this side of the chambers today are wearing orange as a unified expression of solidarity with survivors and as a public reaffirmation of the government of Belize's zero-tolerance stance towards gender-based violence. Work is underway to strengthen the Domestic Violence Act, including improved enforcement mechanisms and provisions to address cyber harassment, digital stalking, and financial control. The expansion of government-led case management, including counseling, psychosocial support, legal assistance, and emergency safety support for victims. Support to safe houses through training, educational materials, equipment, and dignity kits, and plans to expand access to professional counselors with permanent establishment positions proposed. And work is underway to ensure senior justices of the peace can issue emergency protection orders when magistrates are unavailable. All these efforts demonstrate this government's commitment not only to respond to violence, but also to prevent it.
Why settle for one look when you can have 2? Available now at Mikado are these reversible blackout curtains that give you 2 beautiful styles in one. Perfect for any mood or room refresh. And the best part, they're only $45. Yes, 2 looks for the price of 1. Switch it up anytime. Cozy one day, classy the next. And with blackout fabric, you'll enjoy privacy, comfort, and a good night's sleep too. Visit us at number 37 Albert Street and choose your favorite style of reversible blackout curtains or shop online at WhatsApp 609-2222. Mikado, your number 1 textile palace.
Belize, get ready. From December 8th to 12th at 8 p.m., Channel 7 brings you Christmas Bram 2025. 5 nights of pure holiday magic. Your favorite media hosts, Brandon, Kevin, Miriam, Indira, and me will light up your evenings with something exciting and different each night. Prizes, surprises, and non-stop fun await. For just 25 cents a ticket, you can enter to win amazing giveaways available right at our office. And don't miss the grand finale on December 12th at Travelers One Barrel Bar, featuring the dynamic Super Furia Band live on stage. Want to be a part of our live audience? Grab your golden ticket for only $10 and get chances to win fabulous prizes reserved just for you. It's Channel 7's Christmas Bram 2025. So come celebrate with me. 5 nights, endless excitement, and one unforgettable finale. Don't miss it.
One of the reasons I applied for a credit card at Atlantic Bank was because I travel a lot. I'm always going here and there and everywhere, and having that card made my life so much easier. I could literally charge everything. I had no issues. I don't have to worry about carrying money, and that has been one of the most effective points. Using my Atlantic Bank credit card has improved my life drastically. I learned to budget properly, the online service that it gives, the features that it has, and also knowing that when I'm shopping online, it has a protective feature for it. Having an Atlantic Bank credit card, especially having 2 sons that are always wanting something. They want to shop here and they want to shop there. The good part about it is I get to look at Atlantic online to see where my spending is and to make sure I'm staying in budget.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. We continue to serve you.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
This Christmas, live easy with DigiWallet. Enjoy LTE deals with over $120 in savings on DigiWallet Marketplace. Or grab devices in stores starting at just $119 at all Digi stores and Cellular Worlds countrywide. Sign up for a new DigiOne bundle and save up to $250 for 6 months. Or switch to Digi Postpaid this Christmas and walk away with free Samsung A06. Live easy with DigiWallet this Christmas.
Each year, dozens of animals and plants are taken from their natural habitats and sold illegally. This illegal wildlife trade threatens species with extinction and increases incidents of cruelty, from exotic pets like parrots and icons like the jaguar to key marine species like turtles and sharks. The demand for wildlife, their parts, and plants is driving wildlife and plant populations to the brink. But you can help by reporting any illegal wildlife trade, supporting conservation efforts, and choosing sustainable products. Together, we can protect wildlife and preserve our planet for future generations.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7. Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
We begin our newscast with one of our top stories. As we've been reporting, the Joseph Budna kidnapping cover-up is unraveling. As 7 News has shown, multiple police officers who played no role in the abduction were pulled into the criminal conspiracy. And we now know that at least 2 of them were given false statements to sign onto. And this was done by higher-ups in the department. And now it is known that these statements were untrue and given under duress. It feels like the whole lid could blow up right off. That is, this less than competent cover-up. And while full exposure of the kidnapping conspiracy could reach as high as the political directorate, today in Belmopan, the Prime Minister held his ground, saying the police, the same ones who have been exposed as inducing officers to make false statements, must be left to investigate. Here's more.
Do you believe that maybe now it's time for some deeper level of investigation?
But I don't think you listen, or you listen selectively. I have pointed out there's no law in Belize, like in, for instance, United States, where you could call a special investigation or any such thing. That does not exist in Belize. Investigations are done by the Department of Police, and prosecutions are done by the DPP's office. And so that's what we did. Initially, when all of that happened, I felt that maybe just to kind of remove the commissioner out of it for a few weeks, he excused himself while we appointed the deputy commissioner, Suzette Anderson, who is a highly regarded and respected police officer, to try to do some form of investigation to see what can come up. When she came up to him, when she gave me the report, then I came to her and said, I think this is time for it to go to the DPP, which is what I did. It went to the DPP. What they gave to the DPP, I had no idea. I don't get involved in these things. I don't know how no can understand that. I allow them to get in, for them to do that. Whether her report was given to the DPP or another report was given, I don't know. Point is that the DPP expressed concerns. I'm very disappointed with the way she expressed herself, but that's okay. We live in a democracy. No, the point is now that she needs to get after the police to do the proper investigation.
Are you concerned that this seems to be some sort of conspiracy to cover up who kidnapped her, the kidnapping?
I don't know. I mean, police officers, just police officers, but there are a lot of instances when officers of the public service, whenever they are transferred, they cry forward because they don't want to move. And could be that they just don't want to move and will say something like that. It could be, could not be. I don't know. I've not spoken to them, but I believe that's something that probably the Commissioner of Police will be in a better position to answer.
And even though there is clear evidence which shows that state actors carried out Budna's abduction, today the Attorney General clung steadfastly to his officer of the court position when he maintained that no such thing has happened. And even when the evidence is in plain view for all the public to see, like just about every other minister, he, of course, doesn't follow the news or current events.
As the Attorney General, is it a concern for you that it appears there was in fact a cover-up and that there was state involvement by way of its officials or employees in the government service?
Well, I cannot state or I cannot say that there was a state cover-up or that there was state involvement. As far as what I have reviewed, there is no such indication to me. But of course, as with life, I mean, things emerge or things come about, so. But at this point in time, no. Answer to that question is that I don't see that, no.
Well, there's a whole lot that's coming out with the police officers saying they were ordered to record second statements, not telling the truth or perverting the truth. So a whole lot is becoming convoluted now.
So as a lawyer, so I and you will forgive me, but so I look at things through a legal prism. And so I can't speak to that. I actually haven't heard. None of that has actually been supplied to me, so I can't speak to that. But so you'll have to appreciate I can't comment any further on that.
And while he hasn't seen that evidence, surely the Attorney General would have heard the DPP's assessment of the police file that it had less than nothing. And now we know that the file also contains false statements. So, just as everyone guessed 3 months ago, how can police be appointed to investigate the police? We asked the Attorney General today why he was unable to recommend that an independent investigation be conducted on the matter. Like the Prime Minister, he stressed our laws do not permit us to do so in comparison to other Caribbean countries.
So one of the things that at times, I mean, even as lawyers, we may have to do further research to appreciate the nuances of a particular area. And so what we appreciated is that what I came to appreciate is that, look, to the only entity which has a lawful authority to conduct an investigation is a police department. And I'll explain to you why. So in conducting a police investigation, you would ordinarily have to detain somebody. You may question somebody. But if you were to just appoint someone, if I were to appoint Cody, right? And then Cody goes to you, Marisol, or to you, Ms. Lanza, and say, okay, I want to see at the police station. You could just suck your teeth and go about your business because he doesn't have the lawful authority. Now, if a police officer were to do that, then you're obligated by law to actually attend and so that was the reason. So there is nothing in law. The Prime Minister had explained, and I take this opportunity to reiterate it. So we had discussed the fact that, okay, it's a shortcoming in the law. So we have subsequently been engaging, looking at laws in other jurisdictions, and so the hope is that in earlier we'll be taking back to Cabinet a proposal for for provisions for an independent investigator, so to speak, similar to what it obtains in Jamaica. So we look very closely at the INDICOM legislation in Jamaica in that respect.
And from Budna to everyday matters, the cost of that 21st century Belizean staple called ramen could be going up. And if you're a Maruchan fan, you may need to switch to Mana if you want an affordable ramen fix. That's because today in the House of Representatives, a bill was introduced that imposes a 20% tariff on imported ramen noodles. Today, the Prime Minister explained that it's to protect our locally made product, and they've got permission from CARICOM to do so. Here's more.
It is a protection for, not against, but for our locally made ramen. But as it is right now, our locally made ramen is selling cheaper than what was being charged for the imported one. And we have to protect our own. And so we believe that after they made an appeal to the Ministry of Investment, the Ministry of Investment came to make the appeal, took it to Cabinet, and Cabinet felt that it's something good. We got involved with the Ministry of Foreign Trade, who then in turn discussed it with CARICOM, since we are a member of the single market economy, to be able to get the approval. And so it has been approved that we can put a tariff of 20%.
And as we understand it, noodles have a standard tariff of 35%, but that was suspended by the then UDP administration 15 years ago to make it more affordable for the poor. And there's a lot more news ahead tonight, including that terrible double murder of 2 men working on a delivery run. Also, does the Prime Minister have an apology for Jules? You'll hear what he said about that unhinged press release from his office. Stay tuned.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
I need this Christmas time is to keep your heart near mine. Smart's the way I'm gonna reach you. Every message, every call. I don't need a gift to hold, just a voice that feels like home when the data's flowing through. Smart's connecting me straight to you. May every hello I miss you, every Merry Christmas too. Through the season warm and bright, Smart connects our hearts tonight. All we want this Christmas time is that feeling so divine. Sharing joy across the nation, Smart connects our families. Keeping every heart in touch, 'cause the season means so much. When the data's flowing through, Smart's connecting me straight to you.
May every hello I miss you and Merry Christmas find its way through.
Because no distance is too far when we're smartly connected.
Merry Christmas!
Smart, bringing people together.
Season's greetings from the Social Security Board. As the festive season fills our hearts with warmth and joy, we extend our heartfelt thanks to you, our valued customers, for your continued trust and support throughout the year. 2025 has been a year of growth and innovation. As part of our ongoing journey to modernize and deliver smarter, more sustainable services, we introduced new My Social Security upgrades designed to make access easier, faster, and more convenient. Looking ahead to 2026, we remain committed to being a dynamic, progressive, and sustainable organization, embracing technology to enhance customer experience and operational efficiency. This Christmas, we celebrate the families, workers, and retirees who inspire all that we do. From all of us at the Social Security Board, may your holidays be filled with love, laughter, and hope for the year ahead.
But gender-based violence doesn't end in 16 days. Not for the woman afraid to go home. Not for the child listening through the walls. Not for the man who doesn't know how to ask for help. Across Belize, we marched, we lit candles, we raised our voices, and we stood together. Because silence protects the wrong people. But action saves lives. And as the 16 days come to a close, our commitment only grows stronger. A safer Belize depends on all of us, every day, all year long. Let's keep showing up. Let's keep speaking out. Let's keep protecting one another.
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. We continue to serve you.
The Community Baboon Sanctuary presents the first ever Belize River Valley Farmers and Commerce Market Day. Come get your agricultural products fresh from the farm. Christmas turkey, duck, local chicken, dress and live, fresh meats. However you want them, just ask. We have them. And if you think so we're done, we're far from done. We have cultural items on sale and on display. Get your kiss, your fly brush, coconut boy, stretch me gut, music, and much, much more. It's a family affair, so have no fear. Let's make this big. You see, you, where they listen, you want to bring your granny, bring your grandpa, bring everybody. Adults, only $3. Kids, only $1. So, let's make it a date and don't be late. Saturday, December 13th, starting at 9 a.m. The Belize River Valley Farmers and Commerce Market Day. This event is in partnership with Honorable Marconi Layard, WCS, UV, ERI, Bell River Village Council, NICH, BTB, Forestry Department, Ministry of Agriculture, and the Community Baboon Wildlife Sanctuary.
This Christmas, get into the joy with Uno. Imagine winning a shiny motorcycle, a brand new TV, a brand new fan, or grocery coupons to make your holiday shopping easier. The surprises keep coming. All you have to do is visit Uno, and for every $25 on fuel, you'll get a coupon. Fill out and participate. Get one coupon for each quart of Uno lubricants or 2 for a gallon. Visit your nearest Uno gas station today. Fill your tank and drive into Christmas cheer with Uno. Uno gas stations.
Belize's Blue Bond is more than a financial deal. It's a game changer. Built on homegrown solutions, it has redefined Belize's global profile, proving that conservation and economic prosperity can go hand in hand. Through the Blue Bond, Belize reduced its debt by 12%, unlocked $360 million for financial recovery, and secured $400 million in debt servicing savings over 20 years, turning crisis into opportunity.
The Blue Bond Agreement is really the culmination of almost a year-long effort in restructuring our debt. This transaction put us on a map in the realm of conservation, in the realm of finance, but in terms of a leader, not a follower. We are in the process of leveraging that up in the sense that, yes, there's $8 million a year that we've committed to supporting the ocean or marine conservation, but we're now coupling that with the project finance for permanence. So you have to look at ways that enable people to not only survive, but to prosper, while at the same time ensuring that there is a protected environment.
Belize has set the standard for the world, leading in conservation finance, sustainable development, and responsible economic growth. And this is just the beginning. Belize's Blue Bond is more than a financial success. It's a blueprint for a sustainable, prosperous future. Let's continue leading the way.
What made me want to start my journey in terms of owning a home was basically me having my own space, my own domain, and having something extremely special for my family. That feeling was indescribable. It was amazing, you know, moving in the first time, seeing all the new furniture, the new paint, the new accessories. I was amazed. Home for the holidays means to me bonding with my family, having an amazing time in the Christmas spirit. I would highly recommend Atlantic Bank's personal loans for home renovations because of what it did for me. I fixed my kitchen, I fixed my storage, I fixed my master bedroom, my showers, you name it, I fixed it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7. Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
And now going back to a story that should have aired in our first segment. Joseph Budna currently has a constitutional claim before the court for illegal abduction by state actors. If that succeeds, would the government of Belize, specifically the Attorney General's ministry, pursue Budna's return to Belize? The AG says that there are a number of steps they would have to take for this to happen. Here's more.
So there are a number of declarations and orders that have been sought. So if we were to look at what the court ordered, and so the claim seems to be similarly crafted, similarly takes the same approach as the Judge Herbert claim, which would have been initiated back in 2004, I think. But the court would not be able to direct the government to have its return, because that clearly will involve some potential transnational issues between countries. But what the court may order, kind of order, as was the case in the Judge Herbert, is to say, listen, take all steps, reasonable steps to have the person be repatriated, which was ordered in the Judge Herbert case, and which was done by the government of Belize in the Judge Herbert matter, no?
And in other news, while there has been no public confirmation that BTL will be acquiring SpeedNet and a trio of cable companies, we are reliably informed that the acquisition is imminent. Today, we asked the Prime Minister for a timeline, to which he again said he has absolutely no involvement, even though his family owns or partly owns multiple companies in the bundle on the table. In fact, he claims he didn't even know that his family, who owns SpeedNet, stands to make as much as $50 million.
Is there a timeline for the BTL acquisition of SpeedNet?
I don't know. You'd have to ask the people at BTL.
Sir, but what would be the public explanation given, considering that it is sort of a conflict of interest with BTL and SpeedNet being owned by your family members?
So then why do you ask me that question? You feel that there's a conflict of interest. I have said already that I'm not involved with it. And if you want to know from the personal or from the business side from my family, you need to go and speak to them. Don't speak to me about it. I'm only saying it very respectfully. I have said that BTL, whilst it is owned by the government, BTL, BEL, and BWSL are private companies. And I am certain that should that happen, I don't know yet if it will happen, should it happen, they will be required to give a full explanation to the people of this country and to make the case that that is something that is in the interest of the company.
The optics of it, though, looks bad. Your family stands to make over like $50 million.
How much?
50, as much as $50 million.
50? I think I will have to go and fight with my brother, because I know no such thing.
And we also asked the Prime Minister about his discussions with Raul Rocha and whether they involved the Southern Deep Port. And while he reiterated the developer's press release that there is currently no business partnership between Legacy Holdings and the port, what does he think of the former UDP Senator Michael Parafit calling it a dead race project back in 2024? Well, here's what he said.
Was the Southern Deep Port something that was discussed in your meeting?
No.
Are you aware that the Legacy Holdings was said to be an investor in the port?
They're not an investor in the port. I found out just like you when it became public that they were discussing legacy. As I told you, the whole reason why we met with this group is because they expressed interest in investing in Belize. And at that time, nobody knew that that there was any illicit kind of involvement from the company. They just bought the Miss Universe franchise for crying out loud, so nobody knew. And I'm sure that even the investors from the deep water port in Dangriga absolutely did not know also. But from what I'm told from Darien, they were in discussions, I think, from about April to about September, which they made public, and nothing worked out. So, as I said, there was no fault. There's nothing there.
Did the Commerce by Port developer prove that they already had the 50 million?
I'm sorry?
For the startup capital.
Well, they did have now. What they did is said that they have a plan on how to be able to raise it. Obviously, part of the plan is to meet with different investors to be able to get some form of investment. So that was done through the Ministry of Ports, and then came to cabinet. We had lengthy discussions back and forth. One of the things that we've promised the people in Dangriga that we were going to open that port as far back as 2006, and when we finally found something that we believe that can work, we agreed to support.
In 2024, Mike Perry-Feet stood up in the Senate and he called the project a dead race project. Considering that not much has happened since the groundbreaking, what would be your response to what he said back then?
I don't usually respond to what Mike Perry-Feet says, so I have no comments.
But don't you feel like he had a point?
I said, no, I don't.
And Briceño also didn't have a lot to say about the altercation between Henry Charles Usher's driver and Zach Rake. As we told you, Rake allegedly, that Usher's driver pulled a gun on him after a traffic incident 1 week ago. But the Prime Minister said that it might have just been a confrontation between what he calls two young people.
I can't comment on something that I don't know. I heard that supposedly it was an altercation, I think, and Minister Osha was there present. When I checked with Minister Osha on Monday evening, he said that no charges, whatever charges are there, they were withdrawn and they decided not to proceed. So obviously it could have been an altercation between two young people. I don't know. So maybe he's the best person you could speak with.
And we also asked the Prime Minister why the Home Affairs Ministry has been without a CEO since the cabinet shuffle last month. But the Prime Minister said on Monday the new one will be announced. So the question is, who is it?
We'll make the announcement on Monday. We're pretty much there, but I don't want to jump the gun until when I meet this individual.
So was Admiral Bennett in the running?
There are several people that are in the race, including Admiral Bennett and even former Commissioner Chester Williams, different. There were about 4 or 5 different persons that were brought up.
And we also asked the Prime Minister why the Home Affairs Ministry has been without a CEO since the cabinet shuffle last month. But the Prime Minister said on Monday the new one will be announced. So who is it? And as we said, best reports tell us it will be Bennett, and Admiral Bennett, that is, and that former Compal Williams is not interested in the post. And last month, you saw the Office of the Prime Minister issue a scathing press release making a personal attack on 7 News director Jules Vasquez. Since then, the Prime Minister has called Vasquez and made a private apology. But it seems he's keeping that between them. And, well, we asked him about it today.
Do you still stand by what was in that release?
I called Mr. Vasquez personally a few days afterwards, and you can speak with him since as that. But I could assure you that any such release like that will never happen under my ministry again, under my office.
And now in crime news. Tonight, the family of 2 working men have lost their loved ones in an inexplicably cruel robbery turned murder. It happened yesterday afternoon when 2 Sarita's ice cream delivery men were targeted on an isolated stretch of road on the Hummingbird Highway. They were heading back to their base in Cayo after making deliveries in Dangriga town when they were targeted. But they never got home to Cayo, and tonight their families are filled with grief that cannot be named. Jules Vasquez reports.
It's a Sarita truck like these ones that 22-year-old Reynard Garbut and 43-year-old Robert Crawford were in on the Hummingbird Highway, westbound from Dangriga to Cayo yesterday afternoon.
The truck left Dangriga. Actually, the last store they visited was minutes to 3, and they were to head back to the warehouse here in Santa Elena. They were scheduled to arrive around 5:36. It was around after 3, around 3:20, 3:30 that the supervisor started calling the driver, and there was no response actually from them, nor the driver nor the assistant.
Between St. Margaret's and Armenia Village, they came under attack.
We do believe that these persons were being followed, they were being monitored, and that is why they may have been able to do what they have done.
What does the location of where the bodies were found, what does that tell investigators? You said it was a feeder road away from, what does that say?
Well, that suggests that they were taken to that location and presumably under some form of duress, no? So that is what we're looking at. Also, interestingly, the vehicle was parked on the side of the road. So something happened that may have caused the driver of the vehicle to believe that he was stopping for a legitimate purpose, when in fact that was not the case.
Robbers cleaned out the cash pan, but Garbut and Crawford were found some distance away, both shot to the head.
And I used to always pray for him. I pray for my kids every morning, and I would always tell him, Ray, please be careful out there, you and the driver, because they have made an attempt to rob the truck about a month ago on the Loma Luz Boulevard. They managed to escape, and he called me and he told me, and I said, Ray, you need to speak to your supervisor and ask him to get security guards to go with you guys because you travel with a lot of money.
2 working men ruthlessly murdered in what appears to be a robbery. The loss to their families is incomprehensible, and the grief like a searing wound.
2 nights ago, he called me. He was so happy because Wednesday I went to Flores and he gave me $100 to make I buy a watch that he really loved. He gave me the picture of the watch. So when I came back from Flores that same Wednesday, in the night we video chat. He was so happy, he was so excited when I showed him the watch. He told me, my wife, I love you. I'm coming home tomorrow as soon as I reach from work. I know I made a mistake, but I will going to renew my votes with you, my love. I love you. I love you. I tell him I love you too. I will be waiting for you.
I will remember that last week, Saturday night, there was a celebrity basketball game in San Ignacio. So after the game, we met outside and he said, Dad, your team lost. And I said, son, it's not about losing or winning. It's just about having fun. And I hugged him and I said, son, I really love you. And he said, Dad, I love you. Those are the last words I will remember from my son, and the hug that we gave each other, how we embraced each other.
And for Garbut's mother, who is an ex-police officer, It is doubly troubling because 5 weeks ago, someone else tried to rob her son in San Ignacio.
And just the hurtfulest part is that up to this day, not a police officer take one statement from my son. And my son told me, Mommy, I could identify one of the person because I see her around Santa Elena. So I know her. Nobody take one statement from my son from the first attempt. What if that the same people? How come you never take one statement from my child or the driver? They issue a medical firm that just stayed right there. Then he photographed that thing as far as I had understand from my child. Then I have to honestly blame the company at one sense too, because me don't know that they made an attempt to rob. Why didn't you up your security, get a police officer to go with them like the Madisco does?
There has to be, going forward, more to be put in when it comes to protocols. I am sure that the company is already looking at how to improve certain areas. The important thing would be security, which is priority. And there are other things that will just come into place now in trying to improve or try to mitigate then like problems like this occurring in the future. I mean, things will continue happening, but we try to at least put something in place to minimize these events.
I just think that negligence from all angles, and I don't know. No matter what I say, no matter what I do, will never bring back my baby to me. Never. And this is one pain I will have to live with for the rest of my life.
Endless pain, too much of it to go around, and also anger.
To find those criminals. To find those criminals because he didn't deserve to die like that. He didn't deserve it. I can't say they're animals because not animals do that what they did. If animals kill somebody, they eat it, but they just kill for kill. They are killers out there just trying to harm people. They don't want to work. I just want justice for my husband.
So whoever took my son's life, wanna really hurt me. Wanna hurt me, wanna kill my son for money that I never even to him. God, take the money and go. Why kill him? That's not for him.
Just become the father of a 1 month and 4-year-old baby who was his life. This is rough. It's very rough. I pray that whoever did it will walk into the police station and say, I committed the crime on the Hummingbird Highway, I took the 2 lives, and give himself up, you know.
No one has been detained so far, and police are urging residents who live in the area to review their surveillance cameras to see if it picked up any vehicle trailing the Cerritos truck. ASP Smith says this case cannot be left unsolved.
The Belize Police Department expresses its sincere condolences to the family of the victims. 2 very hardworking persons. It is always something that tugs at one heart when persons are going about their daily lives, earning an honest living, and their lives are cut short. So certainly we express our condolences, and we have assigned a team of officers to investigate this incident. On the last occasion, I would have advised that the initial review of the footages that were discovered in the country farms robbery did not prove successful, and we had widened our search. So we were actually in the process of combing all those footages, and that is something that we will still do. And again, I want to remind persons, take some time out of your day to see review footages and to share that information, because it is certainly a case that needs to be resolved, because this cannot be the new norm for Belize.
And in a word of caution, police urge businesses to stay away from cash transactions because that creates criminal targets. ASP Smith urges businesses to perform more electronic transactions for the safety of their truck employees.
I would similarly want to advise businesses to move away from financial transaction that involves money. Electronic transactions are the safest, and especially so when you do not have a security mechanism in place. This leaves those employees exposed because they are known to be traveling with proceeds of whatever delivery that they make. While we continue to do our part, and we did in fact deploy operational efforts in that area as a consequence of the last incident, we still ask that members of the public do their necessary due diligence in terms of taking care of themselves. This issue can only be addressed by a combination of police efforts as well as citizens playing their part in terms of sharing information, and also those citizens being security conscious and alert when it is that they are traveling.
And stay tuned after the break. Yesterday, it was chaos and disappointment at the Vital Stats unit. Well, tonight, you'll hear why the expectations have to be realistic. Stay tuned.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Light up your Christmas season with the Next Gen digital upgrade. This December, get 50% off our Next Gen services. For 3 months, pay half the price for high-speed internet, Next Gen TV subscriptions, or get the best of both worlds with our Stream Bundle plans. Don't forget, when you sign up, you'll be entered into our grand holiday raffle. Christmas is where Next Gen is, so light up your Christmas season with Next Gen.
We got your back, fast and reliable, that's a fact.
The journey towards owning a home was a family decision, as we needed stability and security, and it was a financial investment that we would have for our family's legacy. Getting a home loan from Atlantic Bank was very easy. The officers there were able to walk you through the process, and you were able to ask questions. Moving into our home for the first time was a blessed and happy experience. I remember turning the key for the first time, and the family was so excited to see our new home where we'll be making new memories in.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Un grupo de gente que hemos trabajado muy duro, y la tierra es para la gente de Bellavista. ¿Para qué? Para que los jóvenes puedan tener tierra. ¿Para qué? Para que los jóvenes puedan desarrollarse en el futuro. Algo que les hacía falta por mucho tiempo. Nuestros padres vienen de las fincas bananeras. Somos gentes que hemos sufrido mucho. Y ustedes como jóvenes se merecen mejores oportunidades.
If you didn't have land before, you will have land now. Once you have land, you have wealth.
I think they want to build, they want to settle.
I'm already having dreams of my home and everything.
You know, the wires are just
I'm really excited. I'm really happy. I can finally begin to build a house.
It's just a great feeling, you know.
Mi amigo es un hermano, una persona para el pobre. ¿Estamos de acuerdo?
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Belize, get ready. From December 8th to 12th at 8 p.m., Channel 7 brings you Christmas Bram 2025. 5 nights of pure holiday magic. Your favorite media hosts, Brandon, Kevin, Miriam, Indira, and me, will light up your evenings with something exciting and different each night. Prizes, surprises, and non-stop fun await. For just 25 cents a ticket, you can enter to win amazing giveaways available right at our office. And don't miss the grand finale on December 12th at Travelers One Barrel Bar, featuring the dynamic Super Furia Band live on stage. Want to be a part of our live audience? Grab your golden ticket for only $10 and get chances to win fabulous prizes reserved just for you. It's Channel 7's Christmas Bram 2025. So come celebrate with me. 5 nights, endless excitement, and one unforgettable finale. Don't miss it.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7. Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
The Vital Statistics Unit office did not open until 10 this morning, leaving agents outside once again wondering whether they would be able to conduct business today. And while they waited, we managed to speak with the Attorney General inside, who gave us some insight on what went wrong with their transition onto the new civil registry and vital statistics system. Our very own Jo Marie Lanza has this story.
It was not exactly a smooth transition for the Vital Statistics Unit onto its modern digital platform that was launched earlier this week. The day after they went online, we were met with disgruntled agents and applicants outside of the office who expressed their dissatisfaction with the changes to apply for documents. We asked the AG today what their consultation looked like before they attempted to transition online.
So this system and the development of the system actually is a 3-year process. It's very much engaged. That engagement and work was across ministries. Initially, it started as a Vital Statistics Unit initiative, but we during that process we appreciated that what really ultimately was the goal to have the digitization of all life events, which would include birth, deaths, marriages, adoptions, deed polls, that it would require assistance. And so the Ministry of E-Governance was engaged. The Ministry of E-Governance, their task, they have the responsibility to ensure that that all government services and operation as far as possible, that they are able to be digitized, and that's a consequence to be able to have for the users and Belizeans more efficient access to those various services. And we've seen in the past, government has taken this approach with respect to the immigration, the immigration department, and their online system, which allows for persons to to actually fill in their immigration their immigration documents prior to leaving. And this is just in keeping with what takes place in the rest of the world, and globally.
But in trying to keep up with the rest of the world, the VitalStats unit now finds itself having to use a hybrid system, half paper-based and half online.
So when you have a launch and when you have a system of this magnitude, there are a number of things, which is why you would have the launch. There may be glitches that have to be addressed. But I must say that some of I did have an opportunity to see the interview. Some of the comments I think were grossly exaggerated and not quite the case. But suffice it to say, that's the purpose of the launch, so that we go through our process, and we're expecting by March that everything would be able to be operating seamlessly. But as things stand today, persons can access the online system and they can begin to apply it and to have process both applications for birth, death, marriages, adoptions, and deed polls, and as well for first registration of births, deaths, and marriages through the online system. The hybrid system will be continuous, online and paper-based, and the reason for that obviously is that some persons, they prefer to actually physically come into the office, and they still very much prefer to have receive their certificates in hand. The online application, online system, what that would result with, the certificate being emailed or being WhatsApp to their telephone number, to their email account, and so persons who may not be technologically savvy may very much prefer to actually still come in our office and physically make their application.
Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.
So that means effective March of 2026, agents and applicants will see the increase in fees at the Vital Statistics unit. For some, it might not be much, but for others who are applying for multiple documents at a time, they might feel the sting in their pockets. But luckily, once you get a hold of your documents, there will be no need to apply for it again once it is digitized.
So the cost following from yesterday's, what we appreciated, and again, this is the purpose of launch. So what we will do is that we will revert to what the cost was prior to the launch. However, come 1st March, so we're giving the public and giving everyone, because we understand and appreciate that perhaps maybe that information was not relayed sufficiently so that persons could have properly prepared themselves. And so taking that into consideration, we would relax and revert to the price which was prior to the launch until 1st of March. Now, why would there need to be an increase? So unlike what currently obtains, so you have a birth certificate or a death certificate, a certificate which essentially has a lifespan, and so persons have to routinely have to come back and make application. Now these being digitized, these actually remain so long as you don't lose your phone, you lose whatever device that digital certificate was forwarded to. So with that in mind, what this does is that it reduces the need for persons to make multiple applications, and so because of that, being mindful of that, then there was a policy decision. Then okay, so let us increase the cost to procure these certificates, because at the end of the day, they may very well last forever.
And if there are fewer and fewer persons applying for their birth papers, marriage license, and so forth, wouldn't it impact the revenues being collected at the VSU? Well, the AG says yes, but the Prime Minister still pushed for them to go through with the process. Here's more on that.
In Cabinet, I should tell you, when we were discussing it, so that was a concern. But the Prime Minister said, Prime Minister's response is that, like, listen, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter. As a government, we committed to providing a more efficient and a better service, and so at the end of the day, this is the reason why we have proceeded the way we've proceeded to have the digitizing of these very important life events. But you are right, it will, it may very well, hopefully our population may increase, population will increase, but yes, in the short term, we see that there may be a drop in the revenue as it relates to our collection from payment for certificates.
And while the Vital Stats officer is the repository of the people's identity, it's also a business hub for the many agents who make their money by going through the the regular folks, that is, to try to avoid it. They make their money by obtaining documents and are key stakeholders in the management of that office. Sylvester says they will have to be certified, though, in the future.
As a government, as a state, we appreciate that there are persons whose employment, who they provide the service of assisting Belizeans who may not have the time to actually come into the office physically, as was the case. And now, obviously, not everyone is tech savvy. So being appreciative of that, what we have done is that we still have provisions for agents. Those persons, however, would have to be certified. They would have to receive certification. We haven't reached a process yet where we will meet with them and then we'll engage them with respect to that aspect, but that has to be done. Now, I did note that some of the agents had an issue yesterday with respect to some of the additional information they say that is necessary. The answer to that is very plain and simple. So, as you may know, these certificates, these are data, these are personal data. They come to the office, they make representation that they're making this application on somebody's behalf. So we have to ensure and be satisfied that when they come and they ask for Marisol Amaya's birth certificate, that in fact such authorization and consent was given. So that is the reason for that additional information. It's to safeguard and to protect those persons whose data and information we store.
And we take our final break now, but when we come back, we'll have our favorite story of the night. We'll take you to the police auction where it may look like junk, but it feels like gold to bargain hunters. Plus, we'll tell you why the PUP representatives were all in orange today. Stay tuned for more news.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
amazing grace. The Lord has promised good to me. His word, my hope secure. He will my shield and portion me as long as life endures. My chains are gone, I've been set free. My God, my Savior has
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7. Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Today, the police department held its annual auction, and before the Queen Street Station's gates were opened, potential buyers were queued up. It's a vast array of law enforcement detritus, but the main attraction is always the motorcycles and bicycles, which auction hounds hope to get at an extremely discounted cost. The intrepid Clifford Mejia was there today and spoke to some of the buyers. Here's that story.
Every year, the Belize Police Department's annual auction pulls in an eager throng of bargain hunters. From mashed-up motorcycles to beat-up bicycles, the items might look like pure junk at first glance, but the true bargain hunters know that there's glitter underneath. With creativity, quick hands, and a little Belizean ingenuity, many bidders walk away, turning yesterday's garbage into today's treasure, proving once again that one person's trash is another person's hustle. This man won a huge bundle for only $5. No one but him wanted to bid on these bikes, but he saw treasure in trash. So how you feel about this entire bundle for only $5?
I feel blessed, and I think it's more than a deal. It's a steal.
Nobody raised their hand for this bundle. Why only you? Literally only you.
Well, I actually look at parts that I could see on bike to fix the other ones. So eventually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I can make 3 out of 6. So I use my head. Well, I would encourage anybody that needs a bike, or if they need fun for their kids and family, this would be a good place to come. And if you just have to spend a couple dollars to fix them, you get away. Because bikes are expensive right now.
The way how I feel about this bike, well, I need a bike to do errands and things. Yeah, so this one help me a lot. Yeah, I run man for market and so, yeah.
You don't got no front tire, so you plan to fix it up?
We just look for our next deal, so I could buy the rest of parts and try bring it out. Yeah, this one look good, man. This one, my size 226.
A few bids after, he finished off his day with more than what he needed. All right, so get the wheel to finish off your bike. How you feel?
The wheels, and I could fix it up. Yeah, not really matter about the frame and thing. I don't got the next frame, so yeah, that's one of the parts I think to see away.
That's a backup bike now?
Yeah, backup bike, you don't know.
I could bring somebody else to figure out the market now.
Well, I don't know, respect.
Now, Ali still deal, man, because invest a little bit, right? Because if you notice, you don't got no handle, but by the time you Ali sandpaper, Ali spray up, go to go road ready.
How much you pay for this bike?
$5. Yeah.
Are you feel good about it?
Yes, man.
Spray it up and thing?
Yeah, spray it up, Ali dark and light purple, you know. Ali nice handle, Ali sponge, I think you're going to clear.
Yeah, use it for anything special, like go to work or anything?
No, that's a ride on the errand, maybe grocery and thing, you know.
How you feel about this bike?
For the price, it's a great deal, man.
How much you pay for it?
$5.
So how you fix it up?
Parts it out.
Tell me how you import this bike.
Well, Curtis that a bike man, but they fixed up this bike for me. Spray it over, then I buy the parts where you need.
How much you pay for it?
25.
25?
Yeah.
Well, you pay so much that people buy the one for $5?
Yeah, well, this one I must say a better level, a better deal.
Yeah, use it for?
For go to work.
I just want it for parts, man.
How much you pay for it?
$5.
Alright, quick. What you use it for?
$3, 4, 5 yet.
You got one bike you fix up?
Yeah.
ASP Rush said that today was no different from any other action.
Well, the action today is it's almost the same like last year. We have a lot of items. We have the participation of the general public purchasing whatever they like. Basically, these items are either found property or some that few may have been confiscated by the court, and then when it accumulates, then we have the police action sale.
Clifford Mejia, 7 News.
And in other news, you might have done a double take this morning when you saw rows of orange guayaberas on the government side of the National Assembly. And while many were confused and asking whether the government of Belize was cosplaying as Tango 10 prisoners at Colby, the Minister of Human Development rose to explain that it was about standing in solidarity as the world observes 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Here's more.
These 16 days serve as a global call to action, reminding nations and leaders everywhere that gender-based violence is not only a crime, but a fundamental violation of human rights that demand urgent, coordinated response. The color orange, which we proudly wear today, symbolizes hope for a brighter future free from violence, discrimination, and fear. It is also a commitment from each of us that we strongly condemn all forms of gender-based violence and will not remain silent. Madam Speaker, all members on this side of the chambers today are wearing orange as a unified expression of solidarity with survivors and as a public reaffirmation of the government of Belize's zero-tolerance stance towards gender-based violence.
And the Prime Minister reiterated those sentiments outside the chambers.
Minister Thea Garcia Ramirez, as the Minister of Human Development, felt that it would be a good opportunity to give a positive message that we in the National Assembly also support the 60 days against gender-based violence. And so we felt that coming to the House, all of us dressed in orange, we can bring across a positive message to the entire country and for them to be more aware that any form of gender-based violence is wrong.
One of the bills debated in the House today was the Sugar Industry and Cogeneration Project bill. This bill seeks to extend tax and duties exemptions for BSI and Belcogen for the continued development of the cogeneration energy project. This act had been previously passed by the former administration, and according to the Prime Minister, after hearing from BSI ASR about the challenges they are facing in the industry, Cabinet felt it necessary to extend the exemptions. And while he said he hoped it would not turn into a political debate, the leader of the opposition rose to give her concerns.
What is ironic, Madam Speaker, is that even with these incentives and tax breaks, there is a proposal before the PUC as we speak for an increase in energy costs to the consumer of almost 14%. I want to be clear. The sugar industry is vital to Belize. It is vital to Belize's economy. It is vital to our farmers, to our families, and to providing much needed jobs, particularly in the north. But let us examine what this bill represents. And if it asks ourselves, if it represents a balanced policy, sound fiscal management, and equitable treatment for all stakeholders, especially, Madam Speaker, the cane farmers who remain the most vulnerable link in the chain. For the listening public, it is important that they understand that what the bill represents. No business taxes on DSI and Belcogen. No withholding tax on interest, dividends, and payments for technical services. No customs and excise duties. No stamp duties. And retroactive application from the 1st of October 2025.
And some fireworks exploded across the chambers after the Prime Minister lashed out at her, calling her a hypocrite.
I was really hoping we don't have to make this political, but there I said really can't help themselves. When there was a drought, 2018-2019, that hit the North, probably one of the worst droughts in recent history, that farmers literally lost millions of dollars because of the dry. It was the same member from Corozal North, and the then Prime Minister of the North said, the then Prime Minister, Honorable Dean Barrow, said that they were going to help the cane farmers of the North. That's what they said. Leader of the opposition, do you know how much your government gave them? They gave them zero, not a single dollar to help them. And then you come here like a hypocrite to talk about we not doing anything? Look at the Petro-Caribbean money.
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I am not yielding.
On a point
What's
of
the point
order,
of order?
Mr. Speaker.
What is the point of order?
On a
What
point
is
of
section?
order.
Honorable, what is the point of order?
Parliamentary language, Mr. Speaker.
Hypocrisy is not on parliamentary language.
Parliamentary language. You're not going to refer to me as a hypocrite in this House, Mr. Speaker. I am not.
Well, let the record speak.
I am not. And it shouldn't be allowed, Mr. Speaker, and I'm asking it for it to be struck off this House.
Member from Albert, your point is noted.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm just trying to make the point, Mr. Speaker. You see, when you use this kind of word, is when you start to talk about accusing, when you don't look at yourself in the mirror. The previous government did nothing to help the cane farmers. On a Petro-Caribbean, well, it was about $500+ million from Petro-Caribbean. What monies did they do to help the cane farmers? Nothing. And then you come and accuse us?
And that's all we have for you on 7 News on this Friday night. Please join us after the newscast for the grand finale of our annual Christmas Bram hosted by Indira Craig and Renata Samuels with the Super Furia Bram. And to get you in the mood for it, we close with the drummers from Gales Point Manatee who were at the airport welcoming the cultural team returning from the UNESCO Assembly in New Delhi, India, where they got the Christmas Bram and the Sambai inscribed as part of the intangible heritage of humanity. They brought the airport alive this afternoon, and we leave you with that tonight. Stay tuned for Channel 7 for our Bram coming up shortly. Have a good night, folks.